And now the 419 with Gretchen DeBacker, Matt Killam, and Kevin Mullen.
Welcome into the 419, powered by WGTE and presented by our friends at Witro Wealth Management. Well, we made it to the end of week number 1. I'm Kevin Mullen alongside Gretchen DeBacker and Matt Killam.
It's been a good week.
We survived.
Yes.
I mean, we survived. I guess the question is, did our viewers and our listeners survive with us?
As far as we know.
Only time will tell.
I've not been to the gym one time. Just to let you know, I've not started my
New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution.
Were you doing that in the morning before?
I've never done it.
Oh.
I don't even belong to a gym.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you got to really get started next
That's
week.
really going to get rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does frustrate. So gyms frustrate me because you can sign up for a gym any way you want.
Right.
I mean, literally, like you could
And I
send
don't.
a single text message, and now you're in for a monthly gym membership. You try to cancel.
100%.
I legitimately, I had a gym that I belonged to. Had some health issues, and it was just not a good idea for me to go anymore.
Yeah. Can we share those health issues on?
Let's do it one at a time. All right. So then I was like, this just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
so I go into the gym
Yeah.
to cancel the membership. They tell me that my wife was also a member. She has to be there in person as well.
Yeah.
So bring her back.
It's the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I get a phone call from them saying, hey, we're really sorry. The manager wasn't available when you came in. I need you to come back in.
I love it.
So I called the owner of the gym.
Yeah.
And the owner was like, yeah, I'm sorry, that's just our policy.
Sure.
And I was like, time for a new policy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is insane to me. But yeah, so that's my gym. I don't know that I'll ever belong to a.
Speaking of gyms,
Yeah.
you are gracing the hardwood. I'm interested to hear how the team is doing.
I am spending a lot of time
Coach Mullen.
in a gym.
Yeah.
Coach Kevin.
Oh, Coach
Coach
Kevin.
Mullen is my dad.
Okay. Yeah.
But legitimately,
Right.
my dad is the assistant coach.
Oh my
So
God.
I coach a
This
third
is
and
a
fourth
sitcom
grade,
waiting to happen.
Coach a 3rd and 4th grade boys team, and then I also
Basketball.
coach basketball.
Okay.
That's the hardwood.
I got
And
it.
then I also coach a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls basketball team.
Yikes.
Has NIL money changed your approach?
How's the portal been
Hasn't made it,
affecting-
hasn't
Yeah, all
made
right,
its way there
Gretchen.
yet.
Thank
Yeah, that
you.
was impressive.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Hasn't made its way there yet, but I
Okay.
am really hopeful.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
the best chance we got. So they're both teams are in the CYO, and kids play at St. Pius. Like, we're having a lot of fun.
Sure.
It's, I tell the kids my coaching philosophy is we have to do 4 things every day, and 4 things every game. If we get those 4 points, we won the game.
Right.
We
Take
have to-
performance-enhancing drugs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Punch the opponent in the throat.
That's right. Sure.
No, you got
That's the CYO way.
you got to have fun.
Yeah.
You got to try your best. You have to cheer on your teammates, and you have to listen to your coaches. If we do those 4 things, it's a win for me. And which is good because more often than not, the score doesn't necessarily go the way we want it to. We're a small school, right? So that's what
We don't want to hear your
It's
excuses,
not the
Kevin.
coaching's fault.
Yeah, it's the kids'
It's
fault.
the kids' fault. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. So, but I did get a phone call from the CYO director
Okay.
that there's a new rule in play at the CYO.
I assume that the CYO director is.
The bishop.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
No. And so the new rule is that if there is a technical foul,
Okay.
it is a $50 fine to the coach.
How many technical fouls are there in 6th grade girls
I'm
basketball?
glad you asked.
I have never gotten one.
Okay. But now you're
But
going to get
I've
one
been
every game?
very close almost every game.
You're stopping at the ATM
So-
and getting $50 bills out before you
I just
go?
said, I told the director, I said, please don't tell the priest at St. Pius that this is the new policy. Because the $50 goes to the parish.
Oh.
Because if they do that, they're going to fund a whole new wing just off Kevin Mullen.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
And I love your question, who gets technical fouls in
Yeah.
6th, 7th, and 8th grade basketball?
Yeah.
But I've actually never gotten one. So,
Okay.
and I plan on keeping that streak alive.
Your resolution.
Right.
All right, hey, when we come back, it is our surprise guest episode here on the 419, Gretchen's surprise guest. We still don't know who it is, but you're going to give us some hints when we come back. This is the 419.
To me, community means connecting to others.
What will it really take to bring peace to Toledo's neighborhoods?
We're a community committed to education. Discover new ideas, dive into exciting subjects, and engage with the world around you.
It's all chapters in a book. I would send them personally a t-shirt. Crime doesn't pay in the old West End, pass it on. That's how we cleaned up the neighborhood.
Brings back memories that you don't think are there, you know.
WGTE Public Media invites you to Get Out and Play Day.
The people of Toledo really become family. You know, they walk in and it was just like, hey, it's so good to see you.
Hello there and welcome to a WGTE Public Media Town Hall meeting.
WGTE, where you come to watch, listen, and learn.
I love PBS Kids.
Welcome back into the 419. All right, so one of the signatures of our program when it started as a podcast
Correct.
was the surprise guest.
Yes.
And so we've got, it's your surprise guest.
Yeah, so the concept is that one of us would bring in somebody the other two don't know about, and then
Okay.
we would just sort of have a conversation. That's what we're going to be doing today. It's my guest. So I'm going to give you a couple of hints. Yesterday I teased that this person was very zen. My second sort of clue is, this is going to give it away. You're going to know who it is. But this is someone that is a young professional,
Okay.
up and comer.
Okay.
Young, certainly compared to the three of us, but most definitely specifically compared to me, since I'll just save you from making
said
the old lady joke right,
we
ahead
didn't.
of time.
You made it, not us.
This also is someone that's very mindful.
Okay. I was leaning that way
Dick
with
Cheney.
Zen.
It's no.
Yeah, and then you went young, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, all of these things. So I have, when you start these hints, you get somebody in your mind.
Right.
And then as you give more,
Not Tom Cole, because we know it's a woman.
More often than not, I'm like, oh, I know who this is, and then it's like a hard left turn.
That's why I never guess.
Yeah, I'm like, I got no
Yeah.
idea.
I would most definitely like to welcome Isabella Weik to the show.
Yeah, all right.
Hi, Isabella.
Isabella, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Welcome. Welcome to the awkward entrance of getting in the chair.
Oh, I love it. Let's see.
Look at
nailed it.
that.
Yep, still, I'm
It's
still.
the yoga
yeah.
that did it.
Goodness gracious. Isabella, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, do you know these two jokers?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Very, very much.
Thank you for still coming on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've had a number of guests that have tricky last names.
Yes. And I think I just
And
said
I
it
don't
wrong.
know that yours is necessarily tricky, but I think it is because there's an E and an I, and English is hard.
I'm going to try it.
You try.
Yeah, it's Smith.
Very close.
I knew
The
it.
one syllable thing, really
Yeah,
on point.
sure, yeah.
The rest of it, not so much.
Not so much.
all right.
Wyke, like
Wyke. See,
Wyke, okay.
I said more weak.
No, but you said it with so much love. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
Gretchen.
see?
That's,
And I even wrote down
will.
right here, W-I-K-E, and I
That's
still
how
said it
she
wrong.
gets you.
Yeah.
Gretchen says
Yeah.
terrible things to us in an oddly warm tone.
Yeah, it's a method. But thank you so much for coming. Let's start from how I would like to kind of start from how I sort of
This is a good start.
met you or realized that you were in our atmosphere, and it's
Yeah,
just
your life
that you
didn't
were.
start until you met
That's
Gretchen.
right. That's true.
That's
That's true.
It feels like
of so
that.
many.
It feels like that.
But it feels like you were just on the scene. Like I would see you everywhere. Certainly would see you at Toll House, which is a place that we all belong and work. But tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. You have the Toledo Mindfulness Institute for a year. It's just celebrated a year. What is that? What are you doing? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, I just want to say first off, I love everything that this podcast stands for. Like I'm so touched to be here this morning. It's a little early, but but we're
you're
here.
good.
And
We're
doing
never
it.
talk about the time.
Oh.
It's a time warp in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that makes
It's like
sense.
Vegas.
That's right. That's
I've
right.
already made the first mistake. We're
Sure.
doing great.
This is the first mistake. Yeah.
There's no windows for a reason, Isabella.
That's right.
There's no clock. There's no windows.
Yeah.
Is that why I
Right.
felt there's like a smoke in the air?
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
yeah.
You're
Okay.
going to be here for the next 3 hours
Those are
and
the
not
drugs.
even realize it.
Yes. Yes. So your question was talk about TMI. Was
Sure,
that-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
or CYO basketball, whatever it is that
you
this
don't
is
want me to
straight.
talk about basketball. I don't know nothing. I went to Toledo School for the Arts,
Sure.
so you don't want me to talk about that.
All right.
Singing, sure, but nothing else about that.
So what is the Mindfulness Institute?
Yes. So TMI, we are a wellness company, and it was started by my parents about a decade ago.
Yeah.
But it was really small. It started as a consulting company.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents were asked to go in and give mindfulness trainings to corporations and schools, and thus TMI was born. So it was Toledo that asked for it. So fast forward that. my dad gave me majority ownership, and I went crazy with it. Absolutely nuts with it.
I am embarrassed to say I did not know this, but give me a little background, I guess, on your parents. What made them attuned to this way of thinking or this philosophy? Are they recovering engineers? Have they always been like what is the
very hard life? So mindfulness is a must. So my parents are the founders of the Buddhist Temple of Toledo, actually.
That I didn't know. That's right.
My parents are. I joke that both my parents, they really are Zen masters, and I'd have to be really, really dumb to not pick up anything, you know, from just growing up in this environment. You know, these practices that I get the privilege of teaching other people. Mindfulness is secular; anyone can connect with this, but those mindfulness practices are what really helped me when I was.
Isabella, what does punishment from two Buddhist parents
I literally asked the exact same question. What does that sound like?
Yeah.
So let's see. So I'm
you
gonna
just sit out in the yard.
Yeah, stare at a tree.
Yeah,
you'll love this,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Stare at a tree. Yeah, let's see. I remember one time I was really feeling left out because I didn't have the experience of getting grounded. So I grounded myself. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. And I got bored, and you know the thing. But no, I think I was a pretty well-behaved kid.
Sounds like it.
But yeah.
Are you an only child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know that you can ground yourself. I don't know that that's how that works. Like, I'm self in captivity.
That's right.
Like I put myself here.
In my room
and
it is.
I'm allowed to leave whenever I want to. But
This is the best kind of grounding.
Ready.
That's right. I know what I've done.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, the entrepreneurship was just really in there. It's like
Yeah.
I decide when it's done, and yeah. So.
What was was the dream as a kid always to follow in your parents' footsteps and do this, or was there another kind of childhood dream job that you had?
Well, when I was a kid, I had dreams of being a rock star and being, you know, on stage and things, and all of that kind of was on pause when I was 8 years old. I got diagnosed with a really rare autoimmune disorder, and I was in a wheelchair. I was taking chemo. Like my life was paused. So when you ask me what's my dream as a kid, my dream as a kid is to be here.
Yeah, that's right. Be back.
Like here,
yeah.
like be alive, actually. So when I tell people, like, it is a privilege to do what I do. Like
Yeah.
I own a fitness and yoga studio,
Yeah.
and like that's the dream. You know, it's not like I was sitting there and going, one day in downtown Sylvania there'll be a dreamy spot that everyone will love. But you know,
Now, why are you an old mobster?
you got to know them. You know, just like,
Well, actually, obviously, this was some play on the term grounding yourself. I mean, that was a grounding agent in your life, clearly.
very much so.
So you, how did that change your perspective? How does that make your sort of walking, Isabella? Is that when you were not well, is that still part of your day-to-day? Is that something that you reflect on, or?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a huge part of it informs everything that I do, because I know what it's like to not feel connected to your body. You know,
Yeah.
I never take this for granted for a day. So when it's if it's a conversation I'm having with somebody at the grocery store or whatever, like that's a moment for me to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being present for your life, and I'm really grateful to have a life. You know, I'm grateful to be here with you all. So
Can you give us a little bit more of an education? So mindfulness is something that's become part of our lives, I think, is sort of post or during COVID, at least for me. How old is mindfulness conceptually?
thousands of years.
Okay.
Thousands of years. It's a the way we describe it's like everyone's birthright to experience your life exactly as it is. That's a birthright. And we also have a mind that chases pleasure and avoids pain, and you know, we get very caught up in what's called the thinking mind, which
That's not the case for everyone.
No.
Yeah.
Opposite.
So I get that you say it's 1,000 years old, but like so is avocado.
Right.
But like avocado toast wasn't a thing until like 4 years ago, and it became trendy. Like, was there a?
I knew about it 10 years ago.
Okay.
Cool.
Was there a moment when, like, as you're looking at Matt's just giving me this look, like, where are you going with this? Was there I feel like there's a moment where like the arc like welcomed
very much so.
mindfulness, and it became, a bit of a buzzword, a bit of a trend to kind of get back in, yoga and all those things. Have probably been around for 1,000 years, but it wasn't something we weren't having yoga studios when I was a child.
Right.
And also the planet is only 5,000 years old, according to, that's what Gretchen said.
Is that when
Right.
you started it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in mindfulness, the the guy who's kind of coined as like the grandfather of mindfulness. His name's John Kabat-Zinn, and actually there's a picture of me with him when
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I was 8 or 7. I think it was right before I had my really serious diagnosis, and it was a picture of me with the dude like, hey. So he really helped to bring mindfulness to the forefront. But you're exactly right. When COVID happened and everyone shifted their focus suddenly on wellness,
right,
that's when mindfulness really started to hit. Like my parents say all the time, like, Isabella, you're really just getting it right at the right crest, where it's like people are caring about it. COVID probably took about a decade worth of like headaches and heartaches to get people to understand. Like that condensed it into the amount of time that COVID was. So.
Is mindfulness tied to Buddhism, or are they two completely separate concepts?
So it's like you think of like a wheel. It's a spoke on the wheel of Buddhism. So it's part of the Buddhist practice that goes back thousands of years, but that spoke on the wheel can be looked at as its own thing.
And do you practice Buddhism as well? So what are some of the other things? We've had other faith leaders and people on the show before. What is like is there a regular weekly practice for people that practice Buddhism?
And if there was a faith-based like Royal Rumble, who would ultimately be the champion of that?
Well, I've got to shout out the Multi-Faith Council of Northwest Ohio.
Yes.
They're really awesome.
Yes.
I grew up going to those sessions and council meetings, and that really informed too how I interact with the world, because building bridges between faith traditions.
It's a great group.
It's amazing, right? And it's all around service and friendship, and that really informed how I move and how I try to move as a leader too of a company with like, I got team people and stuff, I got teammates and stuff. So, to go back to Buddhism, it is a religion. A lot of people are like, is it a religion? Is it a philosophy? And we have practices, traditions, we have principles that we organize ourselves around. And so in Zen Buddhism, you have the meditation practice, and then some chanting and liturgy and a talk. And my dad's and my mom, they're both really good speakers, and I've learned everything I know from them. So it's fun. Even when I was very sick, I'd still go to their talks, and I'd be laying down. My energy was at a zero. If anybody listening to this has ever had a chronic illness, like your energy level, it's like most people have a full battery. If you got something going on with your health, like it takes it down to like 20%, So even with the 20%, I could still interface with the wisdom of it.
You mentioned, wellness and mindfulness. I'm curious, the difference between those two.
I would say mindfulness is a tool for people to connect to their wellness. Wellness is, it's very multifaceted. There's the thing, social determinants of health. I love learning about this kind of stuff. Like with the parks and everything too, like green spaces help us with our wellness. Mindfulness practice, being present when you're really taking a sip of water and really feeling that water travel through your body, like that's nourishing to you. Having a really good conversation with someone you admire, that's good for you, so. And the wellness piece, it's really what I describe as wellness is the ability to be totally at whole and at home with yourself. Like all the parts of you are able to just be here.
And I'm not sophisticated maybe to even ask this question, but how do you audit a day? Meaning, you're a human being, right? Who needs food, gets tired, just crabby, presumably, just like everyone else, right?
Yes.
But
why are you referencing me?
What is it? Just seem natural.
Gretchen.
Get crabby.
What is what are the check-ins? Are there red flags to you that they're like, oh, I need to be centered or grounded? What's the day in, day out like? And for those people who are listening or watching, what are some things that you can do in terms of like self-check-in? Is it chronologically noted in a phone at noon? You should be mindful. Like how should someone go about a day to be well?
Yeah, well, to be very clear about it, like I get crabby sometimes. I get ask my team. Like at the end of the day, I have one of my pitfalls as a person is I really strive for excellence in everything that I do. So like I will be very, very hard on myself. And that's one of my bigger things that I'm working on. So that will show up and like, oh, you know, I'm literally building this company, you know, and, and it's like, I got to give myself a little bit more of this kind of moment. But so what I hope is that before I get to that point where it's like, yeah, you know, it's, it's really found in the moments where, like I just did actually, like taking a breath. So for some people, they like a good app, you know, a good thing to go ding, ding, and you go, oh. But eventually the hope is that it travels into your system.
And so the phone, I'm interested that you brought up the app and the phone, because phones for so many people seem to be the opposite of mindfulness, and that it's mindless. It's time. It's just wasted. And I'm speaking also for myself, you know, where you're just constantly picking it up, looking at Instagram or whatever.
Doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so how do you handle that? Do you use your phone for mindfulness exercises? Do you try to have it set aside? How do they work together?
Yeah, you were having such a great, I love your podcast. I listened to all the episodes. You were having such a great conversation with Adam about this yesterday, where it's like some mysterious time when this podcast comes out. Good catch. Where it's like the phone can be a vessel get you to point A to point B. You know, I fully agree with that. Like Adam's so cool. When he talks,
so cool.
he could just say anything and I'd be like, yeah. Like that's the fact, right? But
that's just if you're interested in art or culture or coaching thought.
Or anything smart.
And we are not.
Yeah. So. No, we're not like that in the 419. We know. None of those things.
Right.
But yeah, it's a really a live question, because right now, especially with kiddos in particular, it's like they're getting a constant stream of this like candied, curated goodness for them. We all are, but especially right,
I've got my phone right now.
Exactly. And it's quite frankly, it's very unfair. It's unfair to the kiddos.
I always with kids, I always say that, you know, I describe kids as a popsicle stick, right? And they've got all of this pressure on one end to fail and pressure to succeed on the other end. And like the only thing is like parents and community we can do is like grab onto the middle and hold on tight, because like it's going to snap, right? And I think, you know, they've got such like unfettered access to everything. And everything good and everything bad, all on those devices.
So between Kevin's analogies about avocado toast and popsicle,
which do you prefer?
Would you rather have a popsicle or avocado toast?
Which makes you feel the most unwell?
Right now.
I've got a question here, and I hope that it's a quick one, because I don't want them to talk anymore. Wellness is for yourself or for others. It is important to put your mask on first. Can you talk a little bit about taking care of oneself, thus being able to take care of others, but also being selfless? Like, what is the interwoven component of being a healthy human being and also an active community and responsible member?
Well, you can really only give what you have. Like, that's another way of saying the thing that you talked about with the mask. But when I heard it that way, it's like, what do I want to give to the world? You know, again, you guys know my story now. Like, this is crazy that I'm even here. So like, what do I want to give? What do I want to leave people? I want to leave people feeling warm and heard and seen and connected. And, you know, so it's, I have to do that for myself. And like legitimately do that for myself.
Give yourself permission to do it.
Yeah.
You do make people feel that way, by the way.
Oh, thanks, Scratch.
So let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have more conversations with Isabella Weik from Toledo Mindfulness Institute, learn a little bit more about your journey, and then I'm also really curious about where it's going. I think anybody who knows you kind of sees that trajectory and gets excited about it. So we're excited to continue that conversation. It's the 419. We'll be right back.
Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at witroadvisors.com. And from WorkSpring, supporting healthy and vibrant businesses, one workplace at a time. More information at workspring.org. Join us every Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday, sponsored by WorkSpring. The 419 is also sponsored by Toledo Refining Company, serving Northwest Ohio and East Toledo for over 125 years. More information at ToledoRefiningCompany.com. And TARDA, celebrating its 55th year of connecting Northwest Ohioans to their community. More information at TARDA.com. Tune in every Thursday for the Toledo.com community calendar presented by TARDA. Interested in supporting the 419 and other great local programming at WGTE? Visit WGTE.org.
Welcome back into the 419. What a great launch back into
That's
the
right.
Yeah,
segment. Are you okay?
we are doing our version of the ball drop is how we mark time on the show is my chair slowly goes into the ground.
Yeah.
So we better talk fast.
She's gonna see that your hat. My mom's gonna be like, I told him to take that hat off,
She's
and
like,
now it's all we
better
can see.
with him under the desk. She's a carnival barker.
Yeah.
So our podcast and show logo.
Yes.
My kids always refer to Matt as
Dad.
Gretchen and Mai's son.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Just
kind of
because,
the way
looks like a kid,
Don't-
looks
They made him have buck teeth.
shorter. It's
Well, I mean,
adorable.
the teeth are
He
pretty
is
accurate.
younger.
So Gretchen, you had mentioned, so we're talking with Isabella Weik from Toledo Mindfulness Institute. She is Gretchen's surprise guest this episode. You had mentioned that you felt like she just kind of came on the scene.
Yes.
You and I, Isabella, met through Rotary. You were with Rotaract, I was with Toledo Rotary, and I felt like the moment I met you, I now see you in all of these rooms. I want to talk let's talk a little bit about Rotary, because I think there's certainly an overlap in kind of what your goals are and what Rotary stands for. What brought you to Rotaract?
I am so grateful for Rotaract. It really, when you're talking about you're in every room or whatever, Rotaract was a vessel for me to do that. But one of the things that I knew going into being a young professional in Toledo is that I wanted to help. But the first thing you have to do is not go in guns a-blazing saying, this is what we're going to change. It doesn't work like, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, right? So I decided to be a sincere student of the city. And so I just...
That's well articulated.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I really, I joke that I was like a potted plant at Earth coffee shop where I would just I just hang out. And I just, I had some, some thoughts about things we could work on as a city, but I wanted to make sure that I was learning from people such as yourself to be like, no, this is probably, we've already tried to do that 100 times, and here's, so to get to Rotaract, though, I saw a hole. I saw a gap in a lot of these rooms I was in, a lot of the conversations. Talent retention was a huge thing that kept coming up. And so I was like, well, I need friends really bad. I felt kind of lonely, actually, as a young professional. I'd walk into certain rooms and spaces, and I wouldn't feel like there was really a spot for me. I've always been kind of entrepreneurial and creative. I went to TSA, and there wasn't really at the time I didn't feel that there was a networking space quite for me yet. So there was an opportunity. I went to a Rotary meeting. I was like, hey, I'm Isabella. And they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, I didn't even have anything to say to that. I was like, I am vibing right now. I don't quite know what that is, which was very scary, but real. So, and in those real conversations with Rotarians, they were like, we're trying to form a young professional group. And I said, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm the founding...
There's destiny.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the founding president-elect of it, and I'm very, very grateful.
But don't take the courage out of it. I mean, almost every place, USA, I think, is notorious for eating their young, right? People want to stay relevant. They see a young person and like, oh, you already said something that just rattles my head all the time. Oh, we've already tried that. Like, okay, well, that doesn't mean that isn't worth trying again, or that this time around the wheel, if you will, doesn't make it the exact right time. A lot of time is luck.
Yeah,
right?
I also love, as you tell that story, I get excited from a different perspective, because as you're describing this conversation with somebody in the Rotary room,
right,
and you're like, well, what do you do? And you're like, I'm just vibing. I instantly get nervous about the possible response you get, because
that's my point.
Rotary
right.
is often, across the country, Rotary is described as male, pale, and stale. right? That's the that's the phrase. And I, you know, myself and the other leaders of our Toledo
Don't take
club.
that personally.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have
You
worked
got a
really
glow to you.
hard. Have worked really
That's the
hard.
light.
Thank you, the lights. That's right. We've worked really hard to buck that trend, and I think we've seen tremendous growth in the club in Toledo because of that, because of those intentional efforts.
Well, just that response
but
indicates that the culture is different.
Yeah. So,
You know.
what, if people are familiar with Rotary, they may not be familiar with Rotaract. What's the difference?
So Rotaract, it means Rotary in Action. It's the young professional incubator for the future Rotarians. So it's all based in the same principles of service and leadership and serving as a way of being, which I really identified with. And it's an amazing way to, it's that step. I was, as a leadership team, we were looking at what it could be. It's a step between the college or whatever you're high schooler, and being able to be a person that could come to a podcast like this. You know, like Rotaract helped prepare me to be able to speak to you today and have something to say.
Sure.
Actually.
What's the thing you're most proud of in your year serving as the president of Rotaract? What's something that you're most proud of?
The same as you, actually. Like during your presidency, you made amazing efforts in increasing membership and just getting the awareness out. And I feel that I did the same. We did the
Do
same.
you feel like you have your little tribe of people now? You have when you go into rooms, you recognize people. I mean, has the effort paid off to you personally, professionally?
Very much so. I am honored to say, like, you know, my peers are the people that are like, they're doing amazing
Doing
work.
stuff.
They
Yeah.
are doing it. Like, I would trust, you know, when I have kids in the future, I'll trust them to babysit my kids, and also like, let's make this city better together.
I guess
Yeah.
a question for both of you during your presidency. Your thoughts on taking over Venezuela during that time? Did it ever come up?
No, you know what? It's of all of the conversations that we tackled.
It was other
yeah.
countries,
That
but
was
not.
never.
Yeah.
That was never one.
Well,
of
you
them.
had a busy year,
Yeah,
right? You
that's
can't
right.
do it all.
That's right.
So let's switch back a little bit to TMI. Someone walks into Toledo Mindfulness Institute. What can they do there? What would happen there if I walk in?
It would close immediately.
No, we'd say, welcome, Gretchen, here's a cup of tea. So
Okay,
we
I'm
are, now that we have a brick and mortar space, which that opened in November of 2024, so very recent. It's a full service yoga studio. So you can come in and get a membership, and we have classes, yoga sculpt, all the good things, sound baths, I love doing those. I'm a jazz musician, actually. That's what I trained at the University of Toledo and TSA. So I incorporate that into the
cool.
sound healing stuff that we do. But so that's, you think yoga studio, TMI is that. But also equally as much, and this is the part that I'm really excited to continue to develop, is our in the community efforts. We're working with specialized populations this past year. Weekly, I was giving mindfulness and yoga trainings to the Toledo Police Department.
Wow.
Weekly. I learned how to speak
Sure.
by working with them weekly. I mean, talk about like whatever.
That had to be intimidating,
Yeah.
right? Day
Yeah.
one, walking into a group. Is that mandated to officers or okay?
Yeah, it was part of they have a wellness day, and got connected that way. And yeah, I mean, I literally had to, what's the phrase, cut my teeth? I learned how to be able to walk in a room with people who they don't care. They don't care about mindfulness. By the end of it, we're all practicing. We're all having fun.
That's amazing.
I agree.
Is it often that people bring a firearm to
right.
their mindfulness workshop?
It was hilarious. We're doing a spinal twist, and the guy's gun is just right there, and I'm like, whoa, this is an experience, right? So that's just one of the specialized populations. We're working with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Bittersweet Farms reached out. We've got a prenatal yoga track going on too. Like, there's so much. And maybe off camera I could use some advice from you guys on how to even describe it all. It's like, it's literally in live time. I'm seeing this all unfold in the last 6 months, and I'm like, okay, we do this, we do that. And I don't want it to seem like we're just, there's no direction. There's clear direction.
Right.
But like how it all shapes.
So many of my friends that have taken this entrepreneurial leap describe somewhat of the, I don't want to call it frantic or chaotic, but like just kismet, right? How opportunities come in front of them that when they had the vision for the company, it didn't include this.
It's like when avocado toast comes together.
That's exactly right.
And you have all the right
You know what? You know
toppings.
What? Yeah, you know what? I'm about to unmindfulness and unwellness both of you. Isabella, you know how to build it up, which means you also know how to tear it down. I'm gonna need your help on this one. But you know, I guess I don't even know where I was going with that now. Thanks a lot, Gretchen.
No, but I think the entrepreneurial
avocado toast.
mindset is, you clearly have it. We've talked about that many times, but you clearly have it as well.
Did you have in mind when you said, "Hey, I'm gonna take over the family business, and I'm gonna get a brick and mortar space. I'm also gonna train the Toledo Police Department, and I'm gonna work with folks with special needs." Was that a piece of this?
No.
Where did that come from? Like, how did that opportunity come about?
It was Toledo. Like, I love Toledo so much.
Same.
Like, I love that Toledo is in the name of the company. Like, I never want that to change.
Yeah.
No matter where it goes. Like, it was the community asking for that. And I was. And
you say yes.
Yes, you're right. My job to say yes and make sure that I and my team are the most well equipped to be able to handle it. So our whole team is trauma informed. That was incredibly important to me. And that allows us to work with whoever needs us.
And starting this year, I think February or March, you're starting a program for kids at TMI.
Yes, I'm so excited.
So what age groups? Yeah, tell us about it.
So it started with, again, the same thing. Like I had a group of moms. Hello. We love being a member here at TMI. We love coming to the classes. We always feel better. Can you do this for our kids? Because our kids are, and we work with teachers too. That's a whole other thing that we do as well. But teachers, parents, everybody's saying, our kiddos are really struggling right now with like, just even being able to like tolerate being. Like, it's just really, it's very, and I'm really curious to see what the literature is going to be like coming out of this, where it's like, kid development with COVID. This is just, but what I tell the parents is that, this is a challenging time, but there have been challenging times for a long time.
Throughout time. Sure.
Like, there are kiddos that were growing up during a world war, so this is our thing, but we got to meet it head on. And so that's what we did. I'm working with the parents right now to tailor create this kids program.
That's great.
So it's a weekly session for kids ages 7 to 11. That's just a start, right? We got to get a home base, but in the class, it's a 45-minute class. They'll learn mindfulness practice and yoga and fun. I mean,
Maybe you mentioned this. What are the age groups?
So we have 7 to 11,
okay.
But then the dream is to expand to like a teen program all the way down to, 3 years old.
Sure.
Those 3-year-olds are terrors.
My 3-year-old is very interested in yoga, which is how she refers to yoga, but she has a little mat. And she
that's so cute. You need to take her out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dropping her off places is great.
Please, I'll welcome her.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be open.
Do you accept bearded dragons?
Oh my gosh. Oh, and I know what you're referring to because I love your podcast. Is a kid also with the bearded dragon?
You were a bearded dragon kid?
No.
Oh,
okay.
She's normal.
No.
Right. You're saying, is the kid when Matt drops off the bearded dragon?
Yeah.
Are you also dropping off a kid?
Sure. I mean, if that's that's an
2 for
invite.
1.
I think bearded dragon yoga is the next.
100%.
Let's try it. You have
have
goat yoga.
You done goat yoga?
Yeah.
I have. That is the number one thing that the police officers would ask me every
They
time.
wanted goats?
They're like, "Where are the goats, Isabella? Like, where are the chickens? Like, where are the the whole farm? Where are the cats?" And I was like,
were you
as a chamber
working
go
with
around.
the New Jersey Police Department? Is that what that was?
That's exactly
right.
That's yeah, I love it. Yeah, this is wonderful.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. So goat yoga is one. Like, what's the craziest, I guess, form? Maybe crazy is not the right term for yoga, but like, have you done like different niche versions of yoga?
I mean, honestly, the coolest gig that I've ever done. I've done many cool gigs, but the one that was like the coolest was the one we did at the Metro Parks. Actually, like we had over 750 people register for that.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
That was insane.
What was it? Where was it?
It was at Glass City Metro.
We didn't tell Gretchen.
I didn't hear about
it.
it.
They always canceled it.
Glass City Metro Park, and we're in that amphitheater space, all celebrating Toledo. But so I guess the
cool.
the cuckoo thing was that it was a group of people that all believe in this city.
Yeah.
Like just like this podcast, it was like that times 750 people, and that was so cool.
Good energy.
But yeah.
So let me not go to the negative here, because I think the outcome is a positive one. But there is a lot of things out there that are dragging positivity to every room. It's really not without its challenge. But what are mechanisms, even as simple as breathing, dealing with things that are difficult, dealing with difficult people, making sure that your well isn't poisoned? A couple tips to our audience as to how you go through the day-to-day and not have it drag you down.
When we do a mindfulness exercise, we can do it right now.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, my friends.
Do we have time?
Oh boy.
We do. I'll make it.
Okay.
Yeah, short.
We've got a little bit of time for mindfulness, not a lot.
That's right. That's right.
So I'll have everybody, if you're listening in your car or whatever, wherever you're at, feel your points of contact in your chair, on your floor, and with the feet, and allow your eyes to close or find a spot in front of you. And notice where in your body you are holding tension that you don't need to hold.
It's to my left.
It could be your shoulders, your jaw, your belly, your forehead, and temples. And notice the feeling of your breath as it moves in and out through your nose. And then move on to your next thing.
I'm gonna fall out of this chair now.
It is. I
It
think
makes like it seems it's so simple, but it makes such. You just don't do it.
I do think that, and we've joked about this because we are, certainly epicenters of health. It's usually talked about, I guess, or to some degree brought to our culture by celebrities or, professional athletes. Many moons ago, we started thinking about food in the transactional nature of needing to provide energy, right? Mm-hmm. And then LeBron James or one of the Kardashians started talking about the fact that, you need sleep. People are like, okay, now we need sleep.
We need sleep.
And now, and at least, and I'm certainly behind, right, as I'm in most things, but breathing and oxygen. But if you take those things holistically and you're like, all right, let me just get this straight. I need to be mindful of, no pun intended, I need to be aware of what I'm putting into my body, that this complicated yet simple mechanism needs sleep and breathing, right? So that is, and making time for it. We joked at the beginning of the show, which I'm sure you were riveted by, about New Year's resolutions and going to the gym. Like, we certainly find time to do things that take. So it should be equally easy to find things that fill your bucket, but we don't do that, right? There's an appropriate way of looking at the concept of entitlement, right? It also makes you better and more present for others. So I'm not surprised that quick task, although not simple, because we are complex organisms, some more than others. But that does work. How frequently during the day, Isabella, are you finding yourself taking what I would describe as 30 seconds to reset, or however you describe it?
You can use something real simple, like if you're driving and you're at a red light. Like, your red light is your cue. That's your stimuli to be like, okay, I gotta. You could, every time you take a drink of water or something, that's your cue. You can find something in your day to kind of link it to it. But the important piece of this, that most people are running around just using the power of their mind, and their body is just flailing behind them, but their mind can go. We can do stuff, right? But eventually everybody, without exception, is going to hit a wall. And that's why you take these mini moments. You don't even know what you're preventing health-wise for yourself,
right,
by doing that.
If people want to get in contact with Toledo Mindfulness Institute, what's website, location?
Yeah, so ToledoMindfulnessInstitute.com, and we're located in the heart of downtown Sylvania, right above Chandler Cafe. And you can find me on Instagram too, Isabella Weik, and the Mindfulness Institute on Instagram.
And you brought us a gift that we demand you bring.
Yes.
For our bookshelf.
I brought you a gift. Okay, so this is actually, Matt, I'm really glad you're sitting next to me. So this is a little combo
First time anyone's ever said that.
of Toledo Mindfulness Institute and the Metro Parks. This is from our yoga class that we did, that I spoke about earlier. And it all wrapped around the phrase, our wellness shapes Toledo's future.
That's amazing.
So that's the heart of
you.
it all.
Great.
Yeah.
Isabella, thank you
Thank you so much for being
So
here.
good to see you.
When we come back on the 419, we'll be joined by Kathy Comensa here from WGTE. We'll be right back on the 419.
You laughed with us. You learned with us.
Hi, neighbor.
We made sure your childhood was special. Memories that could only be provided by PBS. For generations, we've given you programs that made a difference. Programs that entertained, informed, and inspired. And today is no different. This is WGTE Public Media in Toledo. It's where you belong.
Introducing The Local Thread, a community news series uniting voices and storytellers from across the region. In partnership with La Prensa, the Toledo Free Press, the Sojourner's Truth, Toledo Public Schools, and veteran journalist Jerry Anderson. The Local Thread brings you stories and conversations that connect our community. Hear it weeknights at 7 on FM 91 with early access on podcast platforms each morning. The Local Thread, only on WGTE.
Welcome back into the 419. We are joined now by Kathy Comensa.
Good morning.
And Kathy,
Good morning.
you are Director of Programming?
I am the TV program coordinator, engagement coordinator, viewer services coordinator. Yeah, so everything that involves programming, I pretty much am.
And coordination.
And coordination. And coordination
Yeah,
with.
equal
yes.
parts of both.
Yes,
Well,
I do
would
all
not
4 TV
consider
schedules.
us to be programmatic or coordinated. So we're doing the best
The thought
we can.
is, I do the TV program. I do all 4 schedules, and I take the programs out to the public, or I bring the public here to show the programs, just to so they know this is a WGT, this is a PBS program, this is an educational type thing. So
if people want to complain about this show, they take it to you.
they do.
What is your email?
Kathy _Comensa.
No, we're not giving that out.
Make them work for it.
That's right. That's right.
I take compliments too, though. So
Well,
if they
that's
like
not
it,
usually
they
what
get
you'll
to talk to
find
me
on the
too.
internet.
There's
Nights
that.
97 is about to send in an email right now.
That's right. That's one of our big fans. Yeah.
So WGTE is undertaken some big changes in
Right, we have.
2026. The reason the 3 of us are sitting here right now is part of those changes.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about that and what's been going on here.
Well, we are super focused on local at this point. We, the community solely supports us at this point, so we need to do programs solely for the community right here in Toledo. So this has been obviously premiere week here at WGTE. So tell me, as being one of the 419 show premiering on WGTE, how does it feel in your new spot?
It's fantastic.
It's pretty exciting.
I mean, when we started this
Shocking,
journey,
really.
Yeah, I mean, when we started this journey talking about, expanding the podcast and turning it into a show, when we started talking to WGT about it, I mean, it felt home.
Did
and
it?
And it felt like
I love
the
that.
kind of partnership we were looking for,
Yes, sir.
where we set our priorities. WGTEs are right there alongside them, and so it really is. It's been wonderful.
Wow.
We're excited about what can happen, and I think I appreciate that. It's easy to look at the news and
Right.
to see what's happening as a negative, and I appreciate that the leadership here at WGT is saying, well, let's look at the opportunity here.
Right.
And
right. That's
so
exactly.
So the world's telling us we need to act different.
Right.
Let's act different.
Well, thanks. Thanks for being here with us and being part of our big changes. We had also the Local Threads premiered this week as
Tell
well.
us about, yeah.
Yes, that's on FM 91. It's on weeknights from 7 to 8 o'clock. We partner with La Prensa,
Yes.
Toledo Free Press, the Sojourner's Truth, and Toledo Public Schools. It's hosted by, everybody knows, Jerry
Kathy,
Anderson.
you say, well, what font size is this?
It's a big one because I don't have my glasses on, so
sure.
this is 22.
Yeah, absolutely. That is.
That's what my phone font is set
I
at.
say, Gretchen.
That's a great question.
Yeah, sure. You could probably see this
That's right. You can
from
find
outer
it with me.
space.
I sent a text to Dr. Durant the other day as I was driving in my car, and
With both
and
hands.
the episode came on.
You're not supposed to drive in text.
But that's true.
I was at a red light, and in lieu of mindfulness, I chose to send a text message.
Sure. And gamble.
But
Yeah.
I actually was able to catch part of the show with TPS earlier this week, and it was
Excellent.
fantastic. It was so good.
Excellent.
I texted him. I had to joke and I said, you know,
It's
of
a
course
great
you
time.
get prime
Yes.
time. You know, we're on at 3 o'clock. You get prime time. I see how it is.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
But it was great. So
But yeah, for sure.
7.
7 to 8 p.m. and then wherever you find your podcasts on all the platforms, it's there. Working on another great show that I'm kind of involved in. It's called Sessions, and we are recording original music from Toledo local bands.
Wow,
That's really
that's
cool.
amazing.
Danny's in Rossford is letting us use their club room upstairs. We've done 5 so far.
Oh, you're
It's
kidding me. That's
really,
really exciting.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is really a lot of fun, and we want Toledo to hear their original music.
That's a great idea.
So so it'll hit the digital platforms and all that kind of stuff. But we have a ways to go. We're going to do a season of 13.
Okay.
So we have 8 more to go yet. But the bands have been calling in.
Oh,
It's like,
I
I want to be a
bet.
part of this. I want to be a part of this.
Well,
so
schedule
there's
us.
a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
It's all their
musically
original music.
included. It is
We
all
are,
original
we
music.
are
yes.
actually 3/4 of a barbershop quartet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And we're looking for the
I
fourth.
need to hook you up.
Yep.
I
We're
need to
looking
hook
for
you
a
up.
fourth, and ideally a fourth that actually knows how to sing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, right. Or has.
I do know how to sing.
Yeah, that's actually
Fantastic.
true.
Yes.
Gretchen can sing.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
well-
Despite the just generally
Need to
off-putting
talk
nature
to me
of her
and
voice.
Shane, and we'll get this. We'll meet you at
Yeah.
Danny's. We'll get a
Sure.
time set up.
Okay.
So, you know, through one of my
Pardon
entrepreneurial
me.
crazy ventures, I was involved in Party in the Park.
Okay.
This past summer,
Yeah,
and the community's excitement around local
Yes.
was just incredible all summer.
That's-
And what I noticed, and
Love
I'm going to
that.
get in trouble by the organizers when I say this, is that the data shows that the local bands performed so well, and the biggest nights of attendance that we had in the summer weren't the regional or national acts that came in.
Really?
It was the local bands.
Oh, I love that.
And
There's a lot of great talent in Toledo.
Yes, there
There's
really
a
is.
lot of great
Yeah.
music.
And I think
that
this
these guys
is an
play.
exciting show. As you guys have sort of thought about kind of this reimagining of the role that WGT plays in the community, I imagine that's been challenging, right? I mean,
It is.
And scary.
It's scary, challenging, but then you get the other side of it too. It's like, okay, so what it's a clean slate, right?
Sure.
So it's like, what can we do? How can we are already in the community. We all have our own community members that we work with. How can we all work together? You know, we were all working together before. How can we even do it more? So yes, scary and everything, but clean slate as well. We're working on series, as you might know, the Metro Parks.
Yes,
We
yep,
have,
I'm familiar
we
with
have
the
a-
institution.
Yeah, we have a documentary coming, and then we got the kids obstacle series. Of course, we're going to do with
Yeah.
like we're aging to our middle school aged friends, and it's going to be kind of an obstacle course. I haven't seen the whole layout yet, but it's going to be a series, and they have to do challenges out in nature.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
again, there's a group called the Toledo Area Cultural Leaders that meet. We are discussing, the things that we can do and should do together, right? I mean, there's an immense amount of talent in almost any Toledo room, right? Other than rooms with Killam's in it, which is my last name. So it was a very quick back and forth with Shane and I passed him along to our exceptional communications group and our programming team and our natural resources, right? So
Right.
everyone wants to tell their story, right? But WGTE tells great stories,
Yeah,
and they
that's
tell the
awesome.
stories of things that have been a rich history. But one thing that's we talk about, when we're not here, is we're telling the Toledo stories like today, like this is happening today.
Yeah.
The person that we have on our show, like yourself right now,
Yeah.
you're in the community today, not 50 years ago when you're building a canal or
Right.
opening tip keys, right? Which is a significant events. But you grocery shop in Toledo, Ohio. You're
Exactly.
somebody, right?
Right.
So
Right.
And how long have you been here at WGTE?
It'll be 24 years next month.
Wow.
How
I
about
started in
that?
2020 or 2002.
okay.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
and I'm only 30. I don't know how that happens, but don't
Yeah.
do the math.
Absolutely. Well,
Just kidding.
we're not at risk of us doing math. So
There's also a
not gonna
nature
happen.
thing we're working on too, on mindful nature and how nature tremendously helps people and all the good things it does for people too. That's another one. We have 3 new Toledo stories we're working on for 2026.
awesome.
That's great.
So we're still telling Toledo's stories.
As we wrap up here, what is your hope for this show?
This for 419.
do you have hope?
I have plenty of hope,
Okay.
and I think it shows a lot of promise. And I just want it to be something that people come to every day as a breath of fresh air,
Yeah.
right? It's like, 419's on. I'm going to take, okay, I did all the negative stuff. I'm just going to come and watch the Toledo
I don't
stuff.
have to think
I
at
want
all.
people to go local.
Yeah.
Let's just talk
Mindless.
about all the local stuff and all the good stuff that's happening locally. And I think it's just a breath of fresh air. I love it.
As are
It's a-
you.
Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much.
you
Yeah.
so much.
You'll have to come back and give us
Yeah.
any updates and
I would love to. I had plenty of stuff to
Yeah,
tell
if
you.
you
So
can
much
print get these billboards out?
Right, I can hang them up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
But it's all because of your support, yours and mine. So we
Where
all
can
support
people
the station. And
find about the programs,
they can go to
information?
WGTE.org. You can go to TV, FM, and education, to wherever you want. The TV schedules are always there. I got a new lineup Sunday night of all new shows, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock that people are so excited about. We just had a screener last night here for All Creatures Great and Small Season 6.
Yeah, cool.
I had a room full of people, and we all watched the first episode together. We had cookies and coffee.
Kathy,
and,
what is your sleep schedule like?
well, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Kathy, thank you.
Thank you for having
so
me. It's so
much.
great to talk
So nice
to you.
to meet you.
It's such
I
a
can't wait
pleasure
to see you
chat with
again.
Yeah, we're
Thank you.
excited for this new venture and the partnership with WGTE. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. I nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll.
A tutorial on making avocado toast.
We're glad you guys are here.
I'm trying to keep up with Kathy's energy. We'll see how well I do when we come back on the other side of the break. It's the 419.
Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at witroadvisors.com. And from WorkSpring, supporting healthy and vibrant businesses, one workplace at a time. More information at workspring.org. Join us every Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday, sponsored by WorkSpring. The 419 is also sponsored by Toledo Refining Company, serving Northwest Ohio and East Toledo for over 125 years. More information at ToledoRefiningCompany.com. And TARDA, celebrating its 55th year of connecting Northwest Ohioans to their community. More information at TARDA.com. Tune in every Thursday for the Toledo.com community calendar presented by TARDA. Interested in supporting the 419 and other great local programming at WGTE? Visit WGTE.org.
Welcome back in to our final segment of the 419. Gretchen, you did a great job with your guest.
Thank you.
I don't mean to say that as surprised as it probably sounded.
It did sound surprising, but she's a delight, and she truly, when you engage with her in the community, she's the real deal.
And another example of someone that I knew that I clearly didn't know, right? I mean, there's a lot of her background that I didn't know about. And there's even a lot about her business that I didn't know about because, you know, a lot of the interactions we have with folks in a community setting like this can tend to be relatively surface or transactional. Sure. And we go to Rotary meeting and it's, you know, Happy New Year, how's the weather, right? Those kind of things.
Yeah, how about this heat?
That's right. But you know, it is rare to take the time, and maybe this is what Isabel talked about, take the time to really ask curious questions of the people in our lives. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about this show and this time as we get a chance to do it.
It's impressive that she just found her way, you know? She was looking for something to do, wanted to become engaged, had that entrepreneurial spirit, and she found it. And she's doing it.
What's something that you took away from the conversation with Isabella today, Matt?
It's not new, but it's just an important reminder. It's like you do have the time, and you're not doing yourself any favors, or no one or anyone else around you by not taking the moment to decompress. You know, on one of the breaks, you had talked about it at a stoplight, as opposed to what Isabella was saying, like take the moment you were like catching up with somebody, right? We now get in an elevator and immediately get on our phone, right? So to me, it was just a reminder that like it's time is the commodity, and you got to use it right.
How about you?
Similar to what Matt said, and just impressed with Isabella. I'm very excited to see what she's going to continue to bring to our region.
So I screwed up.
You did.
Because it's still a new show, right? We're still learning.
Her name isn't Isabella.
That's right. Her name is not Isabella. We were supposed to do the 419 Gretchen's Wacky 419 quiz with Isabella, and I did not kick it off.
Okay.
I got too
focused.
Mindful.
You got too.
That's what I'm going to play.
Yeah, play the victim card.
That's right. So, so just for folks that joined us today specifically to hear the 419 quiz. My apology, we'll get better the next time.
That's right.
But huge thank you to Isabella Weik from Toledo Mindfulness Institute. Thank you to Kathy Comensa from here at WGTE for joining us. A lot of really exciting things are happening here at WGTE as well. And of course, thank you to all of you for joining us here on the program. If you missed any portion of the show, there's a bunch of opportunities to catch it. We're on YouTube at 7 a.m., FM 91 at 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. on WGT Connects 30.4. We'll see you back on the 419 next week.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you. Thank you.